So welcome to the first week of the month. So I'm going to be starting on the Spitfire build. So this is the Airfix starter set numbered A55001 1/72 scale Supermarine Spitfire Mark 5C. Now I have been watching people build this on YouTube. It seems to have a few issues which you'll see later on. Some aren't really issues. Some, for example, people may not just read the instructions properly. But I found this so far to be not an awful lot of problems, except for this stage. This is the mixing of the paints. Now, by the time the paints get to you, the consumer, they've started to dry out. Now, I'm very lucky. A lot of videos I've watched, one or more of these paints are completely useless. But what I've found is that these are all recoverable with the application of water. Now you will notice I'm using a dropper bottle. I don't feel that's cheating by using that, because obviously I didn't buy that as part of the budget. I could just easily have applied water with other methods, for example directly from the tap. So what you will see here is me mixing the paints up, and you'll see that I'll actually double the quantity. So I work on 2 paints, and then I just think, you know what, sod this. I'm not going to do 4 at once. I'm going to do the rest just as I need them. So the first stage then of actually doing anything is I'm going to paint the inside of the cockpit green. Now, if there's anybody out there going, that's not the correct colour, blah blah blah, yeah, you are correct, that's not the correct colour. However, this is a starter set, and we've only got 4 colours, and you know, what do you do with 4 colours? You've got to pick the most important ones. Remember, these starter sets are designed for people, well, it says 8+, so anyone from the age of 8 onwards is more than suitable for them. And yeah, so we've just gone for a green, and it's going to take a few coats, as you can see from here, but all you can do is just keep putting on thin layers. Okay, so after applying 2 or 3 layers, I can't remember which, I just went over with a little bit of black just where the display panel would be. There's no real detail on here, so I just went for it. Now the grey, I did a little bit of crude dry brushing. I didn't bother mixing the paint up because you're just going to wipe all the water off. So basically I've just tried to pick out a little bit of the detail, nothing too major. Normally I would have used something a little bit brighter, but obviously grey is all we've got. Okay, so next up is the fuselage, and it's just simply cut it off the sprue and then just clean up the little, what I call sprue nubs. You'll see me switching and changing sandpaper or filing. This is just to use different grades. As you can see there, occasionally I use a knife where it's very long, but generally this is just a case of getting there with the emery boards. Okay, so I'm going to cut a little bit of the box off. This is just to squirt some glue on. I like to apply my glue with cocktail sticks. I find when I'm using a tube, you just know when you get to an important bit, you're going to slip and a big old splodge of glue will come out. So I always apply with a cocktail stick. And you'll notice that I've applied glue to one half of the fuselage, taped it up, and then I'll do the other. It's just, I find it a little bit easier that way. So once that's taped up, we then get on with the next part. And what I'm going to do first of all is I'm labelling my sprues. All of the sprues are labelled A, B or C, but it's really hard to see. So an old trick that I use is just get a bit of masking tape and then just write the letter on there. Then it's on to stage 2, and you want parts C21, C22. Now this is going to make the spinner, and you need to pop that spinner in. Now it does tell you just to clip the end off. My advice is to clip a little bit of the end off and then see if there's enough. If it's not enough, clip a bit more. But what I also found was at the top of the shaft, I found it a little bit thick, so you couldn't push that all the way down. So I scraped a little bit with a knife, and then I filed a little bit, and I just kept going, just taking a little bit off, just to make that shaft a little bit thinner, just so that it fits in. There is a thicker bit right at the end, so you won't be able to push that on too much, but in the end I got it in no problems. So once that's done, it's on to stage 3, and we're just going to put the top bit of the engine cover on. Make sure you put the spinner in, and then that spinner, if everything is good, that will spin freely. Now on to stage 4, which is the wings. Now you've got the bottom wing is one piece, then you've got 2 halves of the top wing, and you've also got a seat, pilot seat. Now what I've done on this is after I've cleaned it all up, I've painted the bottom of the wing on the inside because I feel there is a chance you could see in. And then I've painted the seat. Now some people are going to complain about my seat because the colours I've done are extremely historically inaccurate, but I don't have an orange or a rust colour, so what I've done is I've just kept it fairly simple. I've painted the seat green, I'll then paint the sides grey, and this is just to give it a bit of contrast, a bit of something. Like I say, I know it's completely inaccurate, but obviously we're limited to 4 paints at the moment. Once we progress down the line a little bit, we can start buying pots of paint that are more historically accurate. But for now, I'm happy with the result. You know, I'm trying to make this as though I am a beginner, and yeah, I'm more than happy with the progress so far, and it's growing rather quickly. You know, one minute you're painting and you're not really producing an awful lot, and then all of a sudden, bang, look at it. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm just going to cut off the tail plane, and I'm going to glue those on. And then at a later point I will be painting the lower wing, but obviously I just want to just let that dry, just let the glue set a little bit. If you want an idea of the time frame, I have actually purposely left my coffee cup in there, and what you'll see is you'll see the level go down and then you'll see it go up again. Quite often you'll see a little break and then suddenly the coffee cup's gone down. Obviously on this video you're seeing me apply glue and then straight away I'm applying something else. Sometimes I have had to let things dry a bit. And then I just go on to stage 6 and I just apply a couple of little bit of details on the bottom of the wing. So in order to give that a little bit more drying time, I've just skipped stage 7 for now, and stage 8, and I've gone straight onto stage 9, which is the stand. Obviously just give that a little bit of prep work. Then obviously I need to mix up the black paint, and then I'm just applying many layers to the base. You don't have to paint the base, but I just think it might look a bit nicer black. I think it might give the actual aeroplane a kind of a shadow effect, but obviously it's up to you what colour you use. But black is there, part of the kit, so I might as well use it. So I did mention earlier about painting the inside of the wing and the pilot's seat. This is actually the stage at which I do it. So I have really speeded up this part of the video. I'm pretty sure you don't want a lengthy video on me mixing paint. But once I've mixed this black up, I just start painting the stand, and it's just really a case of many thin layers. While I wait for the first coat of black to dry, this is where I apply the grey to the seat. Again, I know it's not historically accurate, but it just breaks up lots of green. So this is coming to the end of this video. I had originally intended this to be a monthly video, but after working on this just for the first week, I've decided the videos are going to be way too long. So this is actually now going to be a weekly update. So join me next week when I do the second stage of the Spitfire. Thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you're enjoying this so far.